intensity of the other bronze medal fight. Kawazuchi comes across, tries Osoto. Looking for a turnover inside the legs there. Just coming up to 1 minute left on the clock. So 5 points to the Italian, 3 points to the Czech. A double leg grab attempt from Kawazuchi, then flow of attacks there from the Italian. And Venerova throws herself round there, tries to drive that right leg right away across, but loses it, drops to the mat. Under a minute to go. Italian still in the lead, 5-3. So flow of attacks, but nothing really biting through there. Scoring are on different levels, of course, 3-point levels, 5-point levels, 7-point levels, 10-point levels, which decides there and then. Now it's got to be a score, leg grab, drops her hips down, gets 3-point score for that. So that adds on to a lead already. Oh, so exchange of sweeps and kicks there, sends them flying off the mat, but not on the back, which is the key thing. So very little time to go now. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Looks like the Italian's going to get this one. Still keeping going though, but not really going for it. And that's the bronze to Kawazuchi. The bronze, we've already seen, went to Harel of France. So, tidy up at the end of this match. Got to be tidy for the referee's declaration of the win, as it were. Oh, well, the clock said 0 time. Referee decided to start them up again, but anyway. So that was Kawazuchi, gets that one. And then coming up is our next fight for the bronze. Well, there you can see that. Well, that was pretty much a mix-up on the edge there. Difficult to say really who got it there, but I suppose if anything it was the Czech girl whose body touched down, and then there was that leg grab into a sort of Tanya Toshi. There's certainly her buttocks touch there. That was one of the scores. So not a lot in that match in the way of big scores. Now coming up, next match is the men's under 73 kilo category bronze fight, and it's between Daniel Fernandez of France and Wilkomirski of Poland. Both of these newcomers to this level of competition, no major international results, either at continental championships or world level. French are always well trained, very fit, very hard, got a marvellous system here. Spins him round there with the left Uchimata, didn't quite turn him over. The referee breaks it. That gives him a 5-point score by the look of it. Quite a nice circling movement there, which he did that inside thigh lift from the Uchimata. A little bit of fingers in the eyes there, not deliberate as such, it's just that bit of grip fighting at around collar level. You can see the hands coming out just about level with the face. It's not difficult to accidentally stick your fingers in the face. of your opponent. So quite often happens. So a high collar grip there, an attempt to drop through with a kind of shoulder throw by the pole, came to nothing. Frenchman in the lead with 1 5-point score. Pole trying to drop through with a kind of Sumigaishi move. Lift on the inside, not exactly on the stomach, but inside the thigh, trying to turn him over. But blocked off easily by Fernandez. Fernandez got that deep grip left side. And Pole trying to go for the Uchimata, but not getting anywhere near it. Frenchman sits on it quite comfortably. Frenchman left-sided, Pole right-sided attack. Always creates an interesting battle of grips on our near side to us. You can see I usually can get grips on one side without any trouble, but the other side is separated out wide, as you can see from here, and they've then got to try and catch the other sleeve, the other opponent. That can be a bit tricky. There's a right-sided shoulder throw attack. Well, that banged the Fernandez's foot a bit there, by the look of it. Over 2 minutes, just under 2 minutes gone in this bronze medal match. Quite fierce attacking from the pair of them. Much danger of passivity. That's 2 French coaches there. Trano on the left, David Douillet on the right. 2 chief men in the... And there's Pole there, gets a coca for that knee wheel type action on Fernandez. So that puts him 3 points against the Frenchman's 5 points. Close enough. It's coming up to the halfway stage in this match. Well, some very difficult gripping going on here in the middle of all that gripping. Anthony now, you see that spinning left Uchimata again. And the referee gives that another Yuko. So that was the score he opened up with. And we see another one. Not quite enough lift on it to dump Wilkomirski on his back. Certainly it got another 5-point score there. So it's 2 5-point scores to 1 3-point score of the Poles. And look at that. Wow, that was spectacular. And that's the way to do a leg grab. So Fernandez there got a full hip on off that. Dived underneath, grabbed the leg, drove Wilkomirski over, and then to clinch it, virtually somersaulted over him to make sure that the pole landed fully, absolutely 100% on his back. So that was a spectacular finish for that bronze medal. So bronze medal there for Daniel Fernandez of France, 7th place for Wilkomirski, and the other bronze in that category went to Belo Kosov of Moldavia. Well, that was a very spectacular win there by Fernandez. No doubt whatsoever about that as a Ippon scoring technique. And Douillet welcoming their man back. Now let's watch that one again. It goes like that, knocks him over, and then he dives over the top. You can see how he's landed up, but that was enough to make sure absolutely that the pole goes right onto his back. I know that he goes down on his back, but it's the dive that finishes it off that makes sure that Wilkomirski lands on his back. So that was a very spectacular finish. We'll be back in a few moments, but stay with us. We'll be back after the break.
Images carry so much more power than words. If you put black and white together, they're like tiger stripes. If you're into stripes, you're into stripes. No, I don't think I'm old. We dream something and we dream shapes. Well, I do.
Create images for your Nokia phone. Join now at club.nokia.com.
Rain, wind, snow. Because you care about safety, you chose a car with an airbag and ABS. But what about all-wheel drive? all-wheel drive for all-wheel drivers. Subaru Legacy takes you anywhere in style. Subaru.
The Eurosport Super Racing Weekend, a super intense, thundering extravaganza. 3 motorsport competitions on one track in one weekend. F2000, the FIA European Touring Car Championship, and FIA GT. Don't forget you can get all the information you need at Eurosport.com.
Yokohama, power of performance.
It's an uncertain world, but on Eurogoals, there's one thing you can be certain of. Eurogoals, Monday 18:40 with replay at 23:15. And remember, every game from the European National Leagues is also live at Eurosport.com. With Gillette Mark III.
Hi, welcome back to our fourth part of our judo program today. It's the start of the finals now. Coming up is the final of the under 90 kilo category men's event. And it's between Salimov of Azerbaijan and Mark Huitzinger of the Netherlands. Huitzinger, reigning Olympic champion, 3 times European champion. Salimov in the blue suit. 3rd in Europe last year, 3rd in Europe the year before that. Placed 5th in the Olympics in Sydney last year. But certainly Huitzinger is here, the favourite, the reigning Olympic champion, to beat this less experienced Azerbaijani. So Huitzinger opens up, and the sweeps on the left there. Whoops. Goes for a sweep there, almost loses his balance. Very cautious gripping up by both these two fighters. Grips on one side, looking for the grip on the other side. There's a diving leg grab, maybe into a shoulder wheel from Huitzinger. Settles into the ground. Huitzinger underneath there. Moment of danger for the Dutchman, perhaps. The referee stands them up. Certainly Salimov here looking very intent and focused on the Dutchman. There's that same inside leg grab from Huitzinger again. Salimov riding it well, blocking it off. So we're seeing one penalty now, and that was against the Azerbaijan player, and that gives Huitzinger a 3-point lead. So there's a series of moves there, and a knockdown right on the edge. Referee gives it to Wazari, and Huitzinger settles in for the hold down. But Salimov is complaining about something. He's gesturing to the referee to say, "Oops, just hang on a sec, something's wrong." Looks like his toe looks as though his big toe looks like it could be dislocated. Certainly was sticking out at a funny angle there, and I've seen some very similar dislocated big toes before like that. Looks to me like he managed to put it back again. Certainly it was at a funny angle, so I think Salimov there did in fact dislocate his big toe and managed to put it back himself. But now they're settling them back into that Osei Komi position there. That's the holding position. Oh, was a holding. I think the referee started the call with a Osei Komi call. Now they've got to put them back in the same position. It was difficult to restart in these positions because invariably the one underneath wriggles a bit and blocks off. So look, can he get out? Well, let's see. So he's managing to turn. Can he get on top? Yes, he gets on top. That's it. Huitzinger though still rolling him over. The hold was called broken. Didn't see the referee restart it, and that's it. Locks the legs from underneath. If the legs are encircled by the one underneath, yeah, there you can see, look, it is dislocated, yeah, look at that toe. And look, he's putting it back himself. He's just pressing the joint in, and pop, it goes back in joint. So, it's a painful injury. I've had that done to myself on the mat. I can vouch for that. That will be sore for a month or two afterwards. So anyway, there we see one Wazaria ahead on 7-point score and 2 Coca scores for Huizinga of the Netherlands against Salimov. Salimov, I suspect, now will be somewhat restrained in his movements. He's not showing it too much, but I suspect his big toe, the pain on it, is really going to start to kick in soon. And probably the adrenaline of the match will keep him going well enough, but he won't feel like jumping about too much, I can guarantee. Huizinga comes through on the left there again with that far-reaching Kouchi. Deep crouching position from Huizinga. Left-sided attack. Tries a Tomoe there, but it's blocked off by Salimov. Salimov coming over the top aggressively with that grip. We haven't seen too much from him though in the way of attacks. So left-sided Uchimata and a hop there from Huizinga. He's got the other leg. Can he clinch it? Salimov manages to drop round and land on his face. Huizinga hooking his left leg in under the armpit. A common attacking position once one fighter drops face down to the mat. And there's a passivity warning, 5-point passivity warning against Salimov. So we tidy up, as often happens in these events. And back into the action. So it's Huizinga, Mark Huizinga of the Netherlands, well in the lead. Reigning Olympic champion, 3 times European champion. Will this give him his 4th European gold medal? Well, let's see. 2 minutes to go before we know the answer to that. If he doesn't manage to score completely for that. Oh, tries sort of Tani Hitoshi there, but almost dropped on his own back. Getting a little bit close there to losing a score. Under 2 minutes to go. Well, Huizinga's got 7 points ahead. And one more passivity warning, or one more penalty against the Salimov will actually give Huizinga the necessary combination of points to take the win. Well, is this going to be it? So it gives a Keikoku, and that's 7-point penalties against, which combines with Huizinga's actual score of 7 points, and that gives him the gold medal. Well, it's not the most decisive way to end a match, but that's the way the rule book says it can be done, and he's done it. So that's Mark Huizinga's 4th European Championship gold medal. And silver medal for Salimov. Bronzes in this under 90 kilo event went to Dimon Faucon of France and Budolin of Estonia. Well, certainly Huizinga looking powerful there, stronger of the two. Might have been interesting to see what would have happened if Salimov hadn't have dislocated that big toe of his, where you can just about see it now at a funny angle. But that's the way it goes. It's a rough sport. Stay with us. We'll be back very shortly after the break.
Compose your own ringing tones for your Nokia phone. Join now at club.nokia.com.
This is my shower. This is my balcony. This is my suitcase, my roof, and this is my home.
This summer, Universal Pictures presents a world you've never imagined and an adventure you'll never forget. The Mummy Returns.
Join before July at club.nokia.com to get free fun stuff for your Nokia phone.
Why are these guys looking so down in the math? Confounded, fed up. They're some of the quickest riders in the world. Trouble is, someone else is going even quicker. In the 500s, it's Valentino Rossi, 3 races, 3 wins. In the 250s, Daijiro Kato, same story. One man's joy, another man's misery. It's got to change. The French Grand Prix, live from 10 tomorrow morning.
With Suzuki, ride the winds of change.
Next in our finals is the under 63 kilo women's event, and it's between Gela van der Kavai, veteran judo competitor, against relative newcomer Claudia Heil of Austria. Van der Kavai, Belgium, in the white suit, Belgian, the Austrian rather, in the blue suit. Well, Van der Kavai, 6 times European champion. Will this be her 7th time? Let's see. 27 years old, and she was got a bronze medal in the Sydney Olympics, placed second in the previous World Championships in '99. So certainly the favourite in this event. Heil, Claudia Heil of Austria, newcomer, junior world champion in '98, and the same year she was junior European champion. But it's just against experience here, which we'll see. Van der Kavai locks in front of her and then tips her over. Looks as though she's into a hold down position here coming up, but her legs trapped by the Austrian girl underneath. Seems to decide she doesn't want to win on the ground there, and the referee stands them up anyway. Van der Kavai certainly got the experience compared with this younger girl, and she's looking fit as well. But Heil there can't quite make up her mind what to do. That groundwork situation. Doesn't look too overawed by the quality of the opposition she's fighting. Van der Kavai moving backwards, tries to lift, drop Seoi there. So she's right-sided attacker as well. There's that extreme right stance. She'll and Heil there trying an Osotogari. Started to bite through a little bit. So Van der Kavai ahead with 1 5-point score. Stage of the match. So Heil certainly having a go there. She's taken that deep grip and she's coming over with that right leg of hers over Van der Kavai's right leg. It's looking a little bit dangerous. But Van der Kavai in a very awkward posture, bent over almost double. Makes it unlikely that any attack round the leg to the rear will succeed particularly. Still the Heil coming over with that aggressive gripping over the top. Now a chance for Van der Kavai to settle in on the ground. That's it. Hooks her legs in. Starts to roll her over. Looking for that Sangaku Katami position. That's locking the arm, locking the legs around the neck and the arm. Well, she manages, Heil manages to escape from that one. Now Van der Kavai rolls her over into a variation, if you can call it that. Slightly unusual hold there, but it looks to me like Heil is well and truly trapped. Van der Kavai's got a hold her there for 25 seconds. She's locked in tight underneath with her left arm, and she's got hold of the Heil's legs there, so pretty tight hold there. I don't think Claudia Heil is going to get out of this one. So that's it, the seconds are ticking away, and that's it. Van der Kavaai takes her 7th European gold medal. There you see her indicating 7 times, she's saying to everybody. Phenomenal record from this Belgian girl. And Claudia Heil of Austria taking the silver medal. Bronzes went to Skapin of Italy and Stusakova of the Czech Republic. This is really one of the legends of European judo. 7 European gold medals. That certainly puts her in the record books. So she was careful. It looked like she was going to beat Heil from the start, but she wasn't taking any chances. Just biding the time. After about the 5-minute mark, she got it. That's including stoppages. So their Heil attacks, coming over aggressively with those grips. Penetrating a little bit there. And then it's when they go to the ground, that's when Van der Kavaai decides enough's enough. And then she rolls her over. Legs underneath. Now let's go on to our other final. This is between the men's under 81 kilo category. It's between Pipia of Russia in the white suit and Budolin of Estonia in the blue suit. This Russian, the newcomer to this level of events, he's got no major international form. Budolin got a bronze medal in the Sydney Olympics, 3rd in Europe last year, 2nd in Europe in '99. So Budolin, the more experienced of the two, but Russia has a habit of throwing up these new fighters who do extremely well on their first outings. So we'll have to see. Wouldn't like to make a prediction about this one. Budolin trying a big pick up now.